do, 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 do. Hey guys! So it's kind of come to my attention that I have an absurd amount of clothing. I have about 270 separate pieces of clothing. I'm kind of a shopaholic, and I'm trying to get rid of some of the clothes I don't use anymore and give them to a sustainable foundation that will give them a new chance at life, and that led to this conversation.
Lauren, you have too many clothes.
But Mom, what are we going to do with all these clothes? I understand we don't have room, but do we just throw them out?
No. 80 pounds of textile waste is thrown away every year in the U.S. Let's take it to the resale shop.
Is giving your clothes to a resale shop a good alternative rather than just throwing them away?
Yes, it gives the clothes a new chance at life.
Is the resale shop a good alternative to people who do not want to contribute to global waste?
Yes.
But what if they don't want to get clothes from a thrift store that's dirty and that people have already worn?
There are sustainable options online. Should we look at them and see how to purchase them?
That's a great idea, Mom. I'll show the people watching how to buy from fair trade sources with renewable resources. And with that, I was off. I was searching through the deepest archives of the internet, doing my best to do my due diligence to find the most sustainable clothing brand out there with fair trade. And then I found it. It was called Hackwith Designs. They had cute, stylish basics. Anything a girl could want when living sustainably. Suddenly, a lovely black dress caught my eye and... Mother! Beep! And just like that, I was off to the thrift store. No amount of cigarette-smelling, lice-ridden, whole barren clothes could be any worse than a $1,000 cotton dress. I knew what needed to be done.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is awesome.
Much to the surprise of most parties involved, the thrift store actually had some pretty good finds, like this Carol Baskin-esque meat grinder that she put her husband into. We found this golf is serious, life is a game sign. This sweatshirt that I will be wearing for the rest of my days, my mom loves. We even found God in the thrift store. He was only $3.88. I didn't know I could get into heaven so easily. Despite all of the colorful things we found, the thrift store still remains a good place to buy sustainable clothing and prevent textile waste from going to landfills. But all this got me thinking, what's on the other side of this coin? I immediately put my best researcher on the case. I knew it sounded odd that every American throws out 80 pounds of clothing per year. I wondered, I know everyone in my life isn't throwing away 80 pounds, so who's making up for all this waste? And then we found it. We discovered that retail stores would throw away the products that they didn't sell, including textiles. I knew I needed to see this for myself, but I didn't want to get caught. I would need a disguise.
I might die tonight, but if I do, I'ma be okay. And if I die tonight, at least I stood by the stuff I said. I got 2 graves dug, one for me and one for the...
Okay, so it is currently 9:17 at night. It is Sunday night, and I am about to go do some covert operations and blow the roof off this whole fast fashion debacle. Okay, it's currently 9:30. I am behind the strip for Michael's, Old Navy, and all of that, and it looks like all of the dumpsters are relatively overflowing. I see some clothes right on top, I can tell. I'm gonna see. It looks relatively deserted. I'm not in the mood to get questioned though. So we'll just see how this goes. Okay, so I was going to get out and kind of like scrounge around in the dumpsters and be really gross, but there is some people kind of taking stuff out, so I'll just stop and tell you what I saw here. So they're behind the TJ Maxx and the Old Navy especially. There was, you could see that there was a lot of trash bags underneath, and then you could tell that there was shirts and stuff in it. So there was, you could tell it was fabric, and even behind the TJ Maxx there was a lot of like furnishings, and it looked like they had been destroyed to some degree, which I know is common, so that no one takes it from the dumpster. But unfortunately that could have gone to homeless shelters or places that really need clothes instead of just sending it off to the landfill, and I think that's really unfortunate, and I think that's something that needs to be changed. I'm going to try to swing around the back again to see if I can get kind of a shot from far away of the clothes piled on top, but I know that's pretty difficult with, I've already circled it a couple times and I look pretty suspicious. So I just got home. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get too close to the dumpsters because there was people back there and they were coming out periodically, and I just didn't want to explain myself. Even though I did have a blue wig with me that I could have thrown on, wasn't the most foolproof disguise I've ever had. So my findings, it was too dark for me to really get a good shot of it, but it looked like there was a big pile of what looked to be baby clothes on top, and there was just big trash bags below that looked like they could have had clothes in it, but it's impossible to tell. It just kind of had that look to it. It's unfortunate because a lot of it did look like it was clothes for younger children, and that's very expensive, that it wasn't utilized in a better way or sent off to a charity that could have used it. Instead, it contributes to pollution and textile waste, and I feel like that is a stigma that needs to be changed. Something I didn't consider. The baby clothes may have been on top because maybe the people wanted dumpster divers to take them. Like I said, there was other trash bags. Looked like they were full of clothes, and these baby clothes looked like they were on top and free to take. So do with that what you will. Unfortunately, it was still in the dumpster. So